On today's episode of the Mark Titus Show, Tate and Bosco are here to do a draft of. We're going to build our perfect college. This is prime off-season content. This is a Tate idea, but he brought it to the Mark Titus Show, so this is my idea. I came up with this idea. That's how this works. I own all of your ideas that you bring to this show now, Tate. We're going to build a college by drafting coach. We're picking a coach. We're picking jerseys/uniforms. We're picking arenas. We're picking NBA legends. We're picking guys that didn't play in the NBA, but are known for their stint at the college that they played at. We're picking an NIL booster, a tradition, a location, because that's important if you're building a perfect college. You can't be having your school in the middle of nowhere. Although, weirdly enough, like a lot of the best college basketball programs are in weird locations or like non-desirable. Let's just put it this way: non-vacation locations. Must be something about that. Like you go to school there's nothing else to do but get in the gym. A celebrity fan, and then we're gonna pick a scandal because those are fun. And what's the best scandal to have your school be involved in? So we're gonna do that draft in a little bit. Also gonna talk a little Team USA. The last time we sat down and talked, USA, I forget who we had played, but we had a close game. Stop me if you've heard this before. This USA team that is considered one of the most talented teams ever assembled had a close exhibition game, and we were semi-worried about maybe is there a world where they'll lose? No, there's not a world because I think it was Serbia was the last time we pulled away from Serbia when the second unit came in, and it's like, yeah, we don't have anything to worry about. It was a little touch and go there through a quarter and a half, but we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Maybe it was halftime. Was it close? I think the Serbia game was close at halftime, and then we pulled away. Since then, we've played South Sudan, we've played Germany. Both have been very close games. LeBron has emerged as not just like the guy who is, has the legacy as the best player, maybe of all time, and certainly the best player on this team. He's literally right now in this moment, right this second, going into the Olympics, the best player on the team and the guy that everyone is looking to take the last shot and to take over late in games. How much does this matter? That is the big dilemma or debate or discussion points around Team USA is like, do these exhibition games matter at all? Is it all a tune-up? There are some people that are like, none of this matters. This is just exercise. These guys are out there for cardio. I'm sure when the ball gets tipped on, I think it's Sunday. I think we play Serbia on Sunday to start out the Olympics. It's going to be a whole different beast that you're dealing with Team USA. All these guys are going to come alive, and we are going to torch everybody in the Olympics. Other people are like, I mean, we've said that every exhibition was a wake-up call. We thought the exhibition against the select team when Cooper Flagg was on the team, and that came down to the final possession, that was supposed to be the wake-up call. And then Canada kind of played us well. That was supposed to be a wake-up call. Serbia played us well for a long stretch before the 16-2, I think it was, run. That kind of blew it open. That was supposed to be a wake-up call. South Sudan was supposed to be a wake-up call. We were 43-point favorites, something like that, 40-something point favorites, down by 16 at halftime. That was supposed to be a wake-up call. Germany was supposed. So how many wake-up calls before it's time to wake up, I guess, would be the question. So we'll talk about that a little bit. But the meat and potatoes of the show today, it's prime off-season content. I'm so excited for this. I have a plan for this draft, and I swear to God, if either one of these guys ruin my plan, I will flip the table and walk out. I'm prepared to do that. Not that I'm a bad sport or that I have a problem playing along with others, but I swear to God, if one of you guys fuck this up, I'm gonna be so mad because I spent hours last night going through my big board, and I'm very excited to do this. So that's on the docket today. A little Team USA talk. Then we're gonna bring Bosco on and do a draft of our perfect college basketball programs. Let's get into it. All right, we got Bosco in the waiting room, so we're gonna make this quick, and we'll get to the draft. But we got to talk Team USA just briefly. Tate, are we worried? Are we worried about Team USA?
Well, yeah, yes and no. The answer is no. We are still going to win the gold, and I think we're going to handily win the gold. But I am not allowing people to come in and say that this is not an embarrassment and that beating a team by one that we were 43-point favorites on, like we weren't trying. I don't give a shit if you were trying or not. You're 43-point favorites.
Yeah.
And we were trying. That's why LeBron got the ball at the end.
That's what's confusing to me is I said at the top that like all these games are supposed to be all these close calls are supposed to be wake-up calls, and then we're gonna lock the fuck in. But locking the fuck in isn't the problem. That's not and I think that's the issue with Team USA basketball and has been through the years. When things go wrong, it's because there's a belief. We obviously have the most talent. There's no doubt about that. We have the best roster. You stack the rosters up against each other and you say, this roster is overwhelmingly better than all the others. That's not how basketball is played. And there's a belief amongst the culture of USA basketball that when the time comes, the proverbial time to try, the like, all right, let's lock the fuck in time. When that comes, we're going to push the button, we're going to lock in, and we're going to win. Now, the problem, the counter to the point I'm making is that we did beat South Sudan. So, like, some would say it works. It works when you lock in. I would say that's not how basketball works, that you can't just simply do that. And I think there's like a cultural issue with how Team USA approaches the game, which is to say there's not a respect for the opponent. There's not a respect for the game. There's not a respect for like understanding that FIBA is different than the NBA and that we have to like take this seriously. I don't expect us to lose a game in the Olympics still, but the dream of us blowing everybody out and this being like a statement to the rest of the world that we own you and we will always own you, that's in serious jeopardy.
Titus, we've played 5 exhibition games. Canada jumped out on us huge. Australia we beat by 6.
Yep.
Serbia was a dogfight for whatever half.
Yeah, that one ended up being a comfortable win, but like that was dicey for the first half for sure.
South Sudan, if LeBron misses a layup at the end,
we lose.
That would have been
that's the biggest upset in basketball history ever. At any level, at any level, that would have been the biggest upset in the history of basketball.
And you would think, like basketball wise, competitive wise, all that, you would say, okay, that was a wake up call. We're gonna come out, and we almost lost again to Germany. We'd be in by 4, so we're 5-0, and we've had 5 scares.
Yeah. Now Kevin Durant not playing, is he going to make that much of a difference again? Like the people that are confident and the people that really believe that this is all, the concern is overblown, or would say, plug Kevin Durant in, and that now we have even more talent. And again, I'm like, I don't think talent's a problem. And also, you look at it and you say Kevin Durant he's a 25-point-a-game scorer. So just throw Kevin Durant in, and that'll add 25 points to our total. And now instead of beating South Sudan by 1, we now win by 26 because we get KD's 25 points. That's not how basketball works. That's not how you can only put 5 guys on the floor at the same time. They have to play well together. They have to respect their opponent. I keep saying that like I sound like I'm 1,000 years old, but I really do think that there's something to that. It's like you can't just show up and the stat that's being thrown around, I've been seeing it everywhere, that the Dream Team played against 9 NBA players. Did you say that earlier? That
yeah,
Dream Teams,
they played 9 and we're playing like upwards of 40.
Yeah.
Let's be very clear. We have 12 on our team, and they are the best NBA champions, MVPs that this country has to offer. South Sudan had 2. Germany had 4.
Right.
Let's lose this narrative that like this, we were just going through the motions. I mean, I don't care what the situation was. You can't play within 1 point of South Sudan, and you can't call on your 39-year-old captain to save the day. That's
crazy that LeBron. I mean, it shouldn't surprise me, but I really did think that LeBron would be this would be a handing of the baton Olympics, and it's not. It's not because of LeBron's ego, which is like, if you would have told me like 3 months ago that LeBron is going to take over this team and be the face of this team, not even in like a marketing standpoint, I mean like in an actual gameplay standpoint, that he's going to be the guy who has the ball in his hands and dominate everything, I would have been like, well, that's just LeBron's ego. Like his ego's run amok.
Titus,
but it's not that. He's literally the best player.
We did this show a month ago, and we debated starting lineups and if LeBron was like a legacy play.
Yeah.
No, LeBron. You know who knows LeBron is the best player? Everybody on that team.
Yeah.
That is why when they needed a bucket at the end of the game, Steve Kerr didn't draw up a set. They didn't get any action. They said, LeBron, go get us a bucket.
Yeah. We got Serbia Sunday. We have, I think it's South Sudan on Wednesday, right? Is that our second game?
Yeah,
those are our 2. We get another crack at South Sudan.
And then we play Puerto
like
Rico.
South Sudan was shooting the shit out of the ball. Like that's not gonna. We're gonna beat them by more than 1.
But Germany shot terribly. Listen, here's my thing, Titus. First of all, I don't have to speak for you. We don't think they're gonna lose, right?
I don't think they're gonna lose a single game. No.
Like our pool is Serbia, South Sudan, Puerto Rico. We're going to be fine.
We're going to be fine there. I do think there will be close calls, though. I do think that the attitude of these are exhibitions, these don't matter. When the Olympics come, we're going to beat everybody by 20. I think that's not going to happen. I think there are going to be close games, and I think because I don't think you can just do that. I don't think that's how basketball. And I think the rest of the world is not caught up, but they are good enough that like they're not going to allow. They're familiar with the guys they're playing against. They're not as good, but they're familiar with them.
Correct. And I actually think that's the bigger story here. Is the United States still going to win the gold? Yes. After this year, you lose that Captain America LeBron.
Right.
You lose KD, who we keep saying, we'll wait till KD's back. You lose Steph Curry, and we're beating these teams by a very small, hard-fought margin right now. 4 years from now, this world is going to be in a different
It's going to
spot.
be interesting. It's been my concern for a while now, Tate. It's been my concern for a while. Just look at
the French are coming.
Look at the top picks in the drafts. Look at your NBA MVPs the last few years. Look at there's a lot of indicators that we should be a little bit concerned as a country. But we beat South Sudan. But then like the propaganda that gets put out there is we're 5-0 because we beat South Sudan by 1 and we held off
playing with
Germany
our eyes
and
closed.
Yeah, and there's nothing to worry about because we beat South Sudan by 1. So if this goes wrong, who's the scapegoat? It could like right now it's Joel Embiid and it's Steve Kerr.
Are those valid?
Those are 1A and 1B right now. I do think LeBron is going to end up being the scapegoat though. Like if LeBron has done, like we're winning these games because of LeBron down the stretch. Like he takes over the South Sudan game, he takes over the Germany game. He's become the guy. He should not, like right now he's not being blamed for anything. That's not the reason the games are close. I do think ultimately if we don't win gold, the discussion will be that there's a cultural problem within the team and it's all going to fall on LeBron's shoulders because he's the guy that's supposed to be the leader. And this is like we've talked about before. This is like his Kobe moment where he's like,
it is.
I'm in charge. I'm the captain of this team and I'm going to fucking like hammer home the importance of this Olympics to these guys.
A couple things. One, I do think where you're saying LeBron might be the scapegoat that we blame, I also think this is huge for his legacy if we win. Like these games are televised. The world knows what's going on right now. LeBron is 39 years old, putting the United States
That's a
on
great
his
point.
shoulders.
That's a great point. The most talent. This is all a LeBron play. This is all calculated. That we put together the most talented team ever, and when push comes to shove, when it's nut cutting time in these games, we all turn to 39-year-old LeBron James to take over.
And he's done it twice.
Yeah.
But I think the scapegoat, it should be, and it is, Steve Kerr.
It's going to be Steve Kerr probably, yeah.
And it should be.
It should. You're the head coach, and you have the most talented team.
If
yeah,
you put
should.
all the coaches in a pool and gave everyone an envelope with what their roster was going to be, and yours was Team USA.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
You win the Olympics. You beat South Sudan by 2.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't know. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it's just a case of not caring that much because it's exhibition. I don't think it's that. I think we're gonna. I think it's gonna be the worst case scenario though, because we're going to win every single game. We're going to learn 0 lessons as a country, as like as a culture, as a program, if that's what you want to call USA basketball. And we're gonna move on and just be like we're good. And that's like. But we're not gonna get the domination. So we're not gonna like. The rest of the world's not going to be scared of us.
Yep.
We're not going to learn any lessons.
But we're not
still
going to
win
be hungry
gold.
going
We're not going to be.
the next
We're not going to be
one.
hungry going to the next one. I think I think that might be the worst case scenario.
And that's what's going to happen too.
Because like honestly, if we don't win gold, that would suck, and I'm not cheering for it at all. But there is like a silver lining of like, okay, now we get motivated because we saw what happened in 08. We lost in 04, and then now it's like let's lock the fuck in for real. Let's take this very very seriously. Let's play together. Let's like, and in 08 we came back with a vengeance. I think the worst case scenario is like we win every game by like 5.
It's what just happened. It's we got the players
Yeah.
and people being able to hang their hats and be like, well, we're 5-0.
Yeah. All right, let's bring Bosco on. Let's do this draft. I'm excited for this. I'm excited to have Rico on the show. Every time he comes on this show, it's a hit. I can't deny it. Rico and I have such a rocky relationship, and there will be a time in the next few months, I'm sure, where I will snap live on the air and just yell "fuck Rico Bosco" in a camera somewhere. But I always know that we'll cut because our love for this sort of shit will bring us back together. And so I have him back on the show, and then I can't quit Rico is what I'm saying, because every single time he comes on the show, it's a hit, and I love him. And,
he's the perfect guest for this draft.
He's
too.
perfect for this. He's perfect for this.
This is up his
let's
alley.
bring Rico in. Let's draft our perfect college basketball program and see where this thing goes. All right, Rico is joining us now, and we're getting into it. We're doing we're gonna build our perfect college basketball program. Again, I said it at the top. We'll go through it one more time. Here's what we're drafting today, and we can draft this in any order. We're drafting a coach. We're drafting a uniform. We are drafting an arena. We are drafting an NBA legend from a particular college. We are drafting a non-NBA player, which we have defined as if you played a second in the NBA, right? Mm-hmm. So these are guys that could not have they did not play, but they're like cult heroes at their schools or had a moment in an NCAA tournament, say. We're drafting an NIL booster, which is very important, maybe the most important thing in building a program these days. A tradition, a location, a celebrity fan, and a scandal. So we have 10 categories. Some ground rules. You can only take one thing from a school as a group. So, for example, if Rico, which I imagine is going to be very high on his big board, was to take Nate Oates, then all of Alabama is off the board. I could not take the Alabama Police Department to cover up any crimes that are being committed. So that's just one example. All of Alabama comes off the board.
A lot of strategy behind it.
Of strategy, yeah. So if you take Assembly Hall, then John Mellencamp is off as a celebrity fan, and the Candy Stripe Pants are off, and whatever else. You get the point. So the Blue Bloods obviously are doing the heavy lifting with this stuff, and it's going to be interesting to see if you take MJ. The Argyle uniforms are off for North Carolina. Dean Dome's out of here. So all of that down the line. I think people get what we're talking about. What other rules did we have?
Nothing.
That was it.
The plan is that you can draft in any order.
Yep.
And we got the strategy behind it. You might not take the number one thing first, but it might knock off a lot of other people's number one things. So Titus said he spent 2 hours on this last night, and he's got a grand plan.
Yeah.
I was trying to listen to it.
One more note. I said this to the group last night, and then I backtracked. I overthought it. I thought like the Big East has all these schools that play in like 2 arenas, and I was like, for arena you should pick the on-campus arena, but never mind.
So
I walked that back.
He suggested it and then took it back and said arguing is a good part.
Yeah.
Do we want a rule of if 2 of the 3 say that's bullshit? It's
sure,
bullshit.
yeah, they can veto.
So if 2 of the 3 say it's bullshit, it's bullshit.
3, yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I was like, Madison Square Garden for St. John's is obviously like Carnesecca Arena kind of stinks, but Madison Square Garden's awesome. And I feel like Madison Square Garden isn't really St. John's Arena, but it kind of is. It is enough.
It's a college basketball.
They play there enough, and it is a college basketball arena. So
it's turning into more. They're playing more games there. It used to be. That's the thing they keep getting mad. All these fans keep getting mad at me. I'm like, you guys played 3 games there.
Yeah.
They could, and the second row was all like boarded off because they couldn't sell it. So,
but Patino's shaking that up, so they're going to play there more. So we'll allow it. We'll allow it. If they play more than 1 game in the arena in a season, that counts.
Count it.
Yeah, we'll probably count it. So, all right, who's going first? How do we want to decide this?
We're going snake draft.
Snake draft, obviously, but
TJ, pick a number. 1, 2, 3.
TJ, pick a number.
Got it.
You could do who's got the most coaches in their phone. We could do it. There's a variety of different ways we could do it.
Most career wins.
Most career.
Yeah, most career wins.
I will choose. So if you hit the number on the head, you get to choose when you want to go. Is that fair?
Why would?
That's the Chicago guys.
Oh, is that what they do?
Yeah.
What do they do? 1 through 3. Oh.
So we should do.
And then you get to pick where you want.
Why don't we do just paper, rock, scissors? And you're the
odd man out, you win.
Odd man out, yeah. Is this gonna be able to? Are we gonna be able to do this? All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, shoot.
All 3 different.
All 3 different. So this is so throw that out the window.
That was a tie.
Why don't we all just draft at the same time?
Yeah,
everyone
just
say
takes
their
a
picks
pick.
at the What do you want?
I want to go first or third.
Okay, so you go third then.
Okay.
Rico, you go second. I'll go first.
Yeah, I'll take the middle. Fine.
Okay.
I'll go first because I want to go first. And it is my show. As I think about it more, I'm looking around. I see the Mark Titus show right in front
I
of me.
hate that I just allowed you. You said you had a grand plan. Why would I not have said
But my grand
first?
plan is my first 2 picks, and I always fuck this up with snake drafts. I get so excited to get the first pick, and then I always forget that by the time it snakes back to me, I'm fucked. But
I already made a mistake. There's
all
a clear 1-1 in my opinion.
All right. I'm going I'm going to start us off. And I'm going to go with my first pick. So I'm going me first, Tate third, and Bosco is second. All right. All right. And then we'll snake it back. My first pick, I'm taking rock chalk as my tradition. And the reason I'm doing this is two things. One, I put together my big board, and I didn't like a lot of traditions. College basketball needs better traditions. Like there's just not I felt like that was like a short, like I'm talking about in terms of individual schools. I was going through and I was like, there aren't a ton that like pop off to me. But Rock Chalk, if you've ever been to Lawrence Fieldhouse or Allen Fieldhouse in Lawrence, when Kansas is winning and they realize the game is out of hand and they're going to win, and the fans just almost like start whispering and they're just Rock Chalk, Jayhawk,
like culty.
Yeah. It's fucking eerie, dude, and it's awesome. And I went and watched Ohio State play there in like 2012, I think. Maybe it was 11. One of the Jared Solinger teams. I was so mad, but it was so cool.
sick,
and I was
yeah.
like, dude, this is an awesome that like you're almost taunting the other team that you're beating them. So I'm a huge fan of Rock Chalk. I think it's the best tradition in college basketball that they do that at the end of every game.
It's a great tradition, and you just knocked off something in damn near every single category.
Right.
To everything else.
I just eliminated all of Kansas, and also I didn't love my list of traditions, and I thought I got to get Rock Chalk off the board and take everything Kansas out of play. Everything Kansas is off the board now.
All righty.
Rock Chalk's my first pick.
All right. There's a variety of different ways you can go here. I think we're gonna have a problem with traditions based on what I wrote down.
Did you do like
What-
one?
what does that mean?
One shiny moment.
You'll see. Yeah, I did 100%. But we pivot, so we make it work. I have a tradition outside the box that I think,
Bosco, remember, it takes 2 vetoes. I'm with you on traditions. I've got some interesting ones.
I think that one can work. I'm gonna take. Man, I want to take the other guy, but to knock everything, knock everything off the walk, I think you have to take MJ.
Fuck.
Oh,
I think
That
you have
was
to
my
take
1-1.
MJ.
Fuck.
I actually had another guy as my
no.
which sounds
That's
crazy.
the best. That knocks
But
off
you-
the best uniform.
Like NBA, defining NBA legend, and then you get the gear too. You become
I
a
know.
Jordan school.
You get
as
the
well.
shoe. You get the logo.
Yeah.
He's coming back and saying awkward things at like retirement ceremonies that we're all supposed to think is like genius. You know, the roof is the ceiling is the floor, the exit is the door, whatever the hell he said. Like we all have to like worship him. If I have MJ in my program, I think it's like a 1-1. I'll take that.
You take away paper classes as the scandal. That's a great scandal.
Yeah.
That's
it's my number. I had academic fraud, UNC number 1.
God,
That was my 1-1, Bosco. I just didn't know you. I thought you were going to do something ridiculous.
I wanted.
No, I had to play smart.
Carolina's got the best jerseys too.
Yeah. They were my number 1 in 3 categories.
Wow. All right, now you have to pivot.
Okay. All right. I don't know if this belongs as a first round pick, but I think it is head and shoulders better than anyone else in their category. He's old. He wants to see a championship. He's willing to do whatever it takes to get there. I am taking Phil Knight as my NIL booster.
Oh.
And he will be paying for everything, including recruits.
Yeah, Phil Knight. You could argue up until this point, Phil Knight as a booster has been all flash, no substance.
Until
A lot of headlines. How many championships does Oregon basketball or
0.
Oregon football have?
That's what he said, Titus.
Yeah, but he's
That's
pivoted.
why I took him.
But now he's right this second. He's in a position where maybe we'll find out.
I'm not allowing Titus to diminish this pick.
No, I'm saying it's a good pick. I'm saying up until now it's been a bad pick, but like now,
and
he did come out and say I will do anything it takes.
Titus,
but also like
clarify a word real quick. He said anything. Do you know what anything
What
means?
has he been doing though? He's kind of been doing
This is new.
everything.
This is his first year doing it.
All right.
He will do anything it takes to win a title. He is now the cornerstone of my program. Okay. The only thing that I hate about
a football title. He'll do anything it takes to win a football title. Probably.
I do hate that.
He's including taking all the money away from the basketball team and giving it to the football team.
Stop. I will say I do hate that no one crossed anything Oregon off their board there.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't knocking anything out. Okay. Got my booster. Next, I'm going to go Cameron Indoor. And I'm going to knock Duke off everyone else's list.
I'm all right with that.
You didn't want that.
No, I Bosco did. Bosco probably.
Was it your number 1?
I had it on a board.
I mean, it's the number 1 arena.
It's a great arena. Yeah. I had Cameron Indoor on the board, but everything else Duke. I think I was fine.
Okay.
Eddie Q is a booster maybe, but all right. So you got Cameron Indoor. All right. So now it's Rico's turn. So Duke and Carolina and Kansas are all off the board. And Oregon.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a run on the arenas. I'm gonna keep it right in the backyard, right down the street. I'm taking MSG. I know that St. John's plays there, and it's like whatever. But more so, I'm getting the big time game at Christmas. I'm getting the Jimmy V. I'm getting regionals every 3 or 4 years now. MSG, there's something about it delivers at college. I know that's because that's where I've seen the most college games, but if it didn't deliver, they wouldn't play the games there. Duke Baylor last year was electric. The Jimmy V is always sold out. It's a great, great spot. You had the Kansas State run through the regionals. You have the Holiday Classic. Now you have St. John's. MSG, there's something special about it. They light it like a stage. They keep the dome black, and then they light the court. There's no one else does that except the Staples out in LA. It's a 1-1 for me in terms of arenas, and I know that's probably a guy who hasn't been to a lot of college arenas, but I'll take that. I'll take MSG.
I wanted Pitino as my coach. So.
Yeah, that hurt
that
too.
hurts. That hurts.
But you knew,
and also,
is that why you sent the text last night?
It is, because I wanted Pitino, and I was like, if no one takes, like, there's nothing else about St. John's except MSG.
That everything's,
of course, dude.
Everything's a tactic now.
Of course,
with this guy.
I wanted Pitino. I thought, like,
to receive a text that said MSG is not a college arena last night, I was like, what is he talking about?
The New York Knicks play there, don't they?
Oh, my gosh.
True or false, the Knicks play more games than St. John's in that arena? Okay.
They do.
Okay. So I would say it's a New York Knicks arena. But
yeah, the caveat is that you get the exhibition games there. You get the big time. That's why I like it.
Bosco has MSG and Michael Jordan right now, Tate.
Yeah,
this is a mistake. Why did we invite him?
I'm looking at my list. I don't like this.
This is not good. This is not a good start.
You're twice, Titus.
I have to go twice. All right, so Rick Pitino's off the board. The Argyles are off the board. This is bad. I had a plan for everything, and I forgot how snake drafts work. That by the time it got back to me, my second pick would be fucked. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I have to do it. This is this might cause an argument. It might not be in the spirit of it, but so we define non-NBA players, guys who didn't play a second in the NBA, right?
So, Bosco, did you get that message?
Yeah, I got
Can't have played 1 second.
I'm taking Lynn Bias.
That's a motherfucker. I'm
taking Lynn Bias. He's the greatest. He's the greatest player of all time to not play a second in the NBA. He's the greatest college basketball player to not play a second.
You
NBA.
just took this from content to like win at all costs cutthroat.
I had to. I'm looking at Bosco as MSG and Michael Jordan, Tate. This is what I'm up against.
I'm fine with that, but you've changed. You used to be the funny guy.
I will say, like when we
you win snake drafts. You don't play to like placate. You play to win.
No, I sat down.
I OD'd. He's on the board.
I sat down to think about non-NBA players, and I was coming up
more
with
ways than one.
I was coming up with a list of guys, and a lot of March Madness legends, a lot of like the Colt heroes, a lot of your Kevin Pittsnoggles and guys like that. And then I thought about it, and I was like, if we're talking guys who never played 1 second in the NBA, it's Lynn Bias.
I will retract my.
It's Lynn Bias.
The biggest gap between 1 and 2 in any category. It is correct. You now have that.
Right.
Len Bias is better than whoever.
That's why those were my first 2 picks, because I thought there's a huge drop off between Rock Chalk and the rest of traditions, and a huge drop off between Lynn Bias and Kevin Pittsnoggles.
Good pick, Titus.
My next pick. So Maryland's gone. My next pick. I'm gonna take as a booster the Walton family, the richest family in America, for Arkansas, which takes away Bud Walton Arena. And I know both of you guys are chomping at the bit to take John Calipari, so now you can't do that.
I have a question. Does the Walton family take away Cal cheating in terms of a scam?
No, that's Kentucky. That's Kentucky. He hasn't cheated at Arkansas yet.
All right.
So I'm taking the Waltons, who are literally the richest family in this country.
Titus, that was a good snake for you.
Yeah.
That was a good snake for you.
So when I thought about this last night before I put my big board together, I was like, I probably would have thought that the first 3 categories I checked off would be the last 3. But then I looked at it and I was like, there's, the depth isn't there. So I need to attack these early, and I feel like I can fill in the rest later. This is my strategy. So I don't necessarily think that the Walton family is, I don't think the Lynn Bias should, he probably is not number 1 on my big board per se, but I think the drop off, as you said.
Yeah.
I had to get Lynn Bias.
Yeah, you've got a good team.
So there we go.
I hate that Bosco has Bosco, you got quite the 2 so far. This is a big pick for you.
Oh, it's my pick?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anybody. You know what? I think that category. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'll make a run at it because I think people are gonna take him. Who else? All right, you're playing at MSG. That's your arena.
Oh,
New York.
I know
You
what
got-
he's doing.
You got MJ.
Yeah.
Who else is lovable? Who else is like completely lovable when you look at that crowd? It's Bill Murray. We'll take Bill
Oh,
Murray.
that's
as a
not what I
celebrity
thought he was doing.
Wow.
fan. We'll take Bill Murray as a celebrity fan. 'cause
Celebrity fan.
That's a.
I think it's a weak. I think it's a weak
Is
category.
that UConn or
That's
Xavier?
Always get the
UConn.
crowd shots. I probably got his son
Mm-hmm.
in the program, like as my assistant coach. He's
Yep.
working a head job.
It's a good pick. It's a good pick. Bill Murray has become the celebrity fan in college basketball right now. Sister Jean her reign is over. It's Bill Murray now. It's a good. I don't like how well he's doing.
I got Bill Murray and I got MJ sitting courtside and I'm playing at the court.
You're
Yeah,
piecing
I'm
together.
this
You're
is-
I don't
piecing
even have
together a
I don't have a
program.
coach.
This
I don't
is-
have uniforms. They're asking like, how do you build your program? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get the best arena and we're gonna have 2 legendary fans.
I
And good
have.
people.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
So that's all UConn?
I have Walmart and a bunch of people in Kansas swaying back and forth, whispering. Bosco's running circles around me right now.
All right. I got 2 here.
Yep.
I am going to take John Wooden. And there goes UCLA. I was debating between
There
UCLA's
goes Uncle Sam too.
I was debating between
Kansas.
Yep.
UCLA's jerseys or John Wooden, but we're going John Wooden. So now I have the greatest coach, the greatest arena, and the greatest booster.
All right, John Wooden.
Thoughts?
No, that's a good pick.
That's a name that carries.
Yeah,
there.
of course it's a good pick. That's a good pick. I'm thinking through my. I'm self-absorbed. about
Oh,
it,
okay,
too.
you're
I'm
not
just
concerned with
self-absorbed.
the-
Yeah, like
Gotcha.
that. Of course it's a good pick. Of course it's a good. You picked the best coach
Right.
ever. The guy that's won a million championships. I'm just now, as Rico pointed out, Sam's off the board. Sam Gilbert, Kareem's
Yep.
off the board. LA's off the board as a location, or is it? Can you take? I guess we should establish that now. Like, can you take like?
No, I think I should have said that. I think you can take any location you want. That's what I
Okay.
would say. Or am I wrong?
Like, does
Interesting.
UCLA take all of LA off the board, or can I take USC as location now?
I
No,
was
I-
thinking
I thought
location,
location
like
and region
northeast.
was still like open. So you're telling me nobody could take New York now to where to put your
I
program?
don't know. That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking the room before we run
I'm
into the
okay
problem.
with it being an open bracket
Okay.
on
Okay.
region.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I got another one here. I
think
am. What's that, Bosco?
No, I'm looking at what I got to take now.
Gotcha. I am going to take my. I don't want to do it. I'm not doing it.
Shot clock.
Ugh, I don't want to
Shot
say his
clock.
name. There's a perfect guy to fucking do it, but I'm not doing it. All right. I am going to take my celebrity fan, and I'm going to take Magic Johnson for Michigan State.
Fuck. No.
And I have a plan. I wish I would have done it, but
Dude, I'm hurt about Magic. I'm hurt about the uniforms too.
that
I had
that's why
that.
I was.
I had that in my back pocket. I was like, I'm gonna go with the Michigan State uniforms if I have to. Oh, it's a good pick.
Thank you.
Magic Johnson, NBA legend. All right, so now it's back to Rico.
That's my celebrity fan.
Oh, Magic's your celebrity
That's
fan?
why. Yep. Is that okay?
That is okay.
Okay.
I misheard you.
Yep. Celebrity
That
fan.
is okay. He has become a celebrity fan. That's smart. That's smart. That's damn good.
Thank you.
Are you supposed to be picking twice, Tate?
Yeah, I'm third and fourth, and then it's
Okay.
back to you.
So who'd you pick Do you pick again?
I
He
took
picked
John
Wooden
Wood.
and Magic Johnson.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I'm gonna get controversial. I'm gonna take my tradition as watching your team on Selection Sunday. That means I'm in the tournament every year. They're cutting away
I thought we
sweatsuits.
were doing. I thought we were doing schools. I thought we were doing school traditions. I thought we were doing like the 8 clap at UCLA or like
I want
fucking
that on the graphic.
OHIO at Ohio State or like
I'm
the
watching
Cameron
my
Crazies
team. No,
like
I'm
shaking
trying to
their
make the
hands or
tournament.
whatever.
No, I'm trying to make the tournament. My
right,
tradition
hold
is
on.
every year.
His
Wait,
school is
every
trying
year-
to make the tournament.
I want to redo mine. My tradition: winning national championships.
cutting down the nets.
All right, if it's
Tradition.
vetoed,
Fucking.
is it vetoed?
I mean, it's a great college basketball. I agree with you. It's just not like how did you
Okay.
interpret? I'm
have-
vetoing it only because I worked under the assumption tradition was like a school's tradition. Like this is what we do at this school.
Yeah, I don't think things like
Okay.
cutting down the net and Selection Sunday are traditions of a school. They're
But that's
traditions
why,
of every school.
That's why I picked Rock Chalk because like I was going
Yeah.
through my list of traditions at college basketball schools, and I was like, there's not as many awesome ones as I thought.
And if we allowed that makes your 1-1 pick like not
Yeah.
a good 1-1
Yeah,
pick.
because I was
No. I agree.
Veto.
Yeah.
That's all right. Fine. So I don't think anyone's taking this. Then I just again for like an X out. It's the under 8 timeout at Indiana.
That's a good one.
I gotta take that.
That's a good one.
He just fucked you.
He did fuck me, but that's more in the spirit of a college basketball tradition, I would say.
Yeah, I'll take that.
That
Good pick, Bosco.
I gotta say, of all the things, Indiana, I didn't think the under 8 timeout would be the thing that would get picked, but
go with the pants.
but also Kansas the same thing. Like Kansas and Indiana both have great arenas, good uniforms, good coaches you could pick.
Oh
We-
wait,
we-
that's still available. Okay, never mind.
Under 8 timeout.
Gone. Off the board.
Gone. The I forget what they call it, the most entertaining timeout or something like that. The most electric timeout in college basketball. Mark Cuban's off the board.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
That was a good one.
All right,
There's- Go ahead. You get
I
twice.
I go twice?
2 times.
Shit, it's my turn? I don't want to go. I've run out of all right, so this is where it gets hard. I don't want to do this. It was a lot easier when I had a plan. Now I don't have a plan anymore. I'm gonna go. I'm taking because this school is not gonna last too much longer. And I gotta pounce on it while I can. This is just objectively the best scandal out there is the Louisville strippers.
Mm-hmm.
The Louisville
Yes, it
strippers.
is.
I'm taking the Louisville strippers. That's the absolute best. Going through it sucked. Like if I was a Louisville fan, I would still. They're still kind of dealing with the fallout. Patino gets fired. Kenny Payne's obviously not the guy. Chris Mack they thought was the guy. I still don't really fully understand why he got fired. Like, but also he kind of seemed to have his own shit going on off the court. So they bring in Kenny Payne. Now they got Pat Kelsey, who I think will be, who I think should be a good coach.
He's a friend. Just
yeah.
sent the sweatsuit. He's a friend.
He'll be good there, right, Rico?
He's gonna be excellent.
He's gonna figure it out. Like they'll get it rolling. I do think there's a time in the future, and hopefully it's this year. Hopefully it's next year. Hopefully it's very soon. There will be a time in the future where even Louisville fans will look back and be like, "That's the funniest fucking scandal of all time." Because that's where we're all at. The rest of us are like, "This is hilarious." Louisville fans are like, "It's not that funny. It kind of destroyed our program." But using strippers as impermissible benefits in recruiting is so awesome and so perfect of it's so indicative of like the sleazy nature of college basketball that we love. It's just so on the head for what college basketball is under, the underbelly of college basketball. I think it's the
a great
funniest
pick.
scandal, and that's why I'm taking Louisville strippers.
In
So-
my scandals category, if I was truly building a college, I would want academic fraud and I would want strippers on the recruiting
strippers,
business. Like that is
yeah.
how my college would be cornerstone.
Are strippers are they allowed now under the new rules? Can you do strippers in a dorm? Is that like
Bosco, what's the rule on that?
I have no idea. My programs are on the up and up. I don't know about that.
yeah. So I'll take Louisville strippers and then all right, I gotta go. Okay, fuck, dude. I'm looking at my uniforms. IU was up there. Michigan State, Script State was up there. I had the Argyle at number 1. I might have to take a run at uniforms because my top 3 are off the board. Carolina, IU, Michigan State,
UCLA, Duke,
UCLA's gone.
Maryland,
Duke's gone.
Kansas.
Maryland
I
has
think-
some good ones. Kansas has. I'm fucked, dude.
Yeah.
I gotta.
That's gonna suck on this graphic is that our uniforms aren't gonna look sweet, but we've been scratched of uniforms.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
Yeah. No, the graphics gonna be bad because nobody's gonna understand what the rules were, and
But we know.
but yeah,
The listeners.
the real
know.
ones know. The dozens of people watching and listening, they'll be clued in. I'm gonna take a pick. This is like kind of the asshole move, but this is how the drafts work. I'm gonna eliminate all of Arizona and take the Arizona uniforms. Really,
Okay.
I would say all of Arizona's uniforms. But when I think of Arizona's uniforms, I think of the cats down the pants. I think of Jason Gardner in knee-high socks, bringing up the ball with cats down the pants and a cactus logo on the court. I think of Salim Stoudemire with the headband and the cats down the pants.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Walton.
Jersey.
Gilbert Arenas, like that late 90s, early 2000s era of Arizona. But even I think their jerseys now, like every time Arizona's putting out new jerseys, I think they're clean. I think Arizona's got great jerseys through the years. So I'm taking Arizona's jerseys. But specifically, if you want me to pick a specific one, it's the Cats.
I have that.
Shorts.
Arizona Navy with cats downside.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona.
That was the best uniform remaining.
I'll go nostalgic and make a run on that. I don't think these uniforms are going to play, but Mark, let lightning strike him if he's lying, if he didn't wear these in the 2000s. I'm going to take the Cincinnati box.
I had it on the list, Rico. I had it on the
Kenyon
list.
Martin, like the box, man. A little bit baggy.
Yep.
Everybody had those. The Staten Island Lightning, we wore them forever.
Yep.
We would play teams. They would just be a different color. Everybody had the box. Now, down the road, maybe we cut the shoulders a little bit thinner, but I still think the box plays, man.
They were very much of their time.
You know, a little. There's like something there. There's a little swaggy with that.
Yeah, they were of their time. Like looking like kids these days just won't get it, Rico. But like those of us that lived through it, like that was the shit, dude. You were a Cincinnati fan just because of those jerseys. And like I looked them up because I was putting my list together and I put Cincinnati on the list, and then I went back and like actually looked at the uniforms, and I had the same thought where I was like, I don't know if these really translate. Like, there's nothing really super special about them, but you just had to be there. Like, they're just like kind of stripes down the sides, and then they got
everybody wore them,
and then they got the big boxy shoulders. But
no, they also have the boxes down the side and the shorts.
Oh yeah.
So they actually have boxes.
The boxes, yeah. And then the Cincinnati logo with the paw print on the
unbelievable.
They were awesome. The Kenyon Martin, Steve Logan. Yeah, those were iconic.
Good pick, Bosco.
Good pick, Bosco.
So you guys just went uniform. I think I'm going to chill on
so
uniforms.
you can wait.
Yeah, I'm going to wait on that.
Yeah, but you chill and like all the other schools get taken.
That was a tough rule you made, Titus.
It's a great rule. It's a great rule because you chill and you think I'm good on uniforms, but then someone might take some other element of the school that you
No one is going to take the element of this school that I'm about to take, but this is where I'm going to win this draft. I took Magic Johnson as my celebrity fan, so I can turn around and take Larry Bird as my NBA legend. And now my graphic has John Wooden, Larry Bird.
You're playing for the
Magic
graphic.
Johnson.
He's playing for the graphic.
Cameron Indoor.
He's playing for the graphic.
And Phil Knight.
He's playing for the graphic.
Just a good pick would be enough for me there, Bosco.
Tate did one draft with the Chicago guys and learned his lesson that you don't.
It's my revenge game.
You don't play to win the room. You play to win the graphic.
Revenge game.
No, that's bullshit.
No, I don't even think that's true. This is a good draft I'm having. And now you are not allowed to take Indiana State.
I know. I had Bird on the list too. I thought Bird would certainly be because I thought like nothing else Indiana State's going to be taken, so Bird will be there.
Well, I will say this. You know those like
anymore.
Chinese like jerseys that you can buy, like you can whatever.
Yeah.
I bought a Larry Bird Indiana State jersey in college. They sent it to me. Indiana State, Larry Bird, North Carolina logo on it. They just took a North Carolina jersey and turned it into Bird.
Light blue.
Okay. I don't love this situation. I am going to go. I'm going to be the first to take a location, but I don't know which one I want. I am going to go with. So how do you want me to say it? I was going to say Northeast, but if you want me, if I can be more specific.
Oh, is that what we're doing? You're taking Northeast, so you own all of the Northeast?
Or do I take New York City? So if you're going to take like an LA or whatever, I'm going to take New York City.
I think it's like city specific.
Yeah, do city
or like
specific.
state specific. I had states written down.
Okay. Then what I'm going to do, and I would rather live in Los Angeles, but where I would rather mold these young players into men and win basketball games where they focus on one thing would be where nothing else is going on in New York City.
So you're Steve Lavin. When he was
Basically.
coaching at St. John's. You want to live in LA but coach in New York City.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you commuting? That's a long commute, Tate. You're gonna fly into
Between April and October. No.
all right, so you get New York City.
Mm-hmm.
Location New York City, NYC. All right. Which again, I would say we'll allow it, but I think next time we do this, maybe we.
What were you thinking?
Yeah, I think the region's got hairy, but I don't have a problem.
Region's got I don't have a problem with it either, but I would say MSG off the board. Because I think
I'm fine with repicking a region if needed. I wasn't even thinking that way until I heard you say Los Angeles. I guess we probably should have talked before.
I think you keep the region open. I think you keep the region.
Yeah, we'll allow it. We'll allow it.
Because I'm going to take you talk about where places it matters. Where does you need a basketball program that matters? I'm going to take Indiana. Put the program. If I could somehow put MSG in the state of Indiana, there's nothing else that matters.
Yeah, Bosco.
Who invited Bosco?
Who
invited Bosco?
That was like letting the old man score. But like you gotta let Titus have that.
Unbelievable.
That was the most obvious. Like save that one for Titus.
Not in the snake draft.
Unbelievable, dude. Oh my God.
That's going to be tough on the graphic when Rico Bosco gets Indiana as his.
And I got to explain to the boys why I didn't take Indiana.
You're going to take take Los Angeles.
Yeah, and I'm going to take LA, and they're going to be like, Titus, you've changed. And I'm going to be like, you don't understand. Bosco fucked me. Bosco came on my show and fucked me.
Classic Titus. Los Angeles Titus.
Oh my God. So it's me now? I got 2?
You got 2.
Oh my God, dude.
You could still take one shining moment.
So I need a coach, an arena, NBA legend. I need a location. I need a celebrity fan, dude. Oh my God. Let me take a look at my big boards here. All right, I'll make a run at celebrity fan. I'm taking McConaughey.
Great.
I'm taking Matthew McConaughey.
Great pick.
Yeah, Minister of Culture. He is synonymous with all things Texas at this point. Maybe a little more football than basketball, but I think you get the Texas basketball program rolling. He'll certainly sit on the bench. He'll certainly wear the burnt orange suit. He's an A-list celebrity, and I think that's important. I mean, Bill Murray is as well, but I think having McConaughey in your back pocket, and I have longevity. You guys picked old guys.
Mm-hmm.
You guys picked old guys. I got Matthew McConaughey for the next 30 years at least, showing up in my games.
It's a great pick.
So, and he's a speech guy. Like Magic and Bill Murray, they're great for let's show them in the crowd and tell everybody they're here.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew McConaughey is going to give me every so often. He's going to come in the locker room and give a speech, and that's going to get clipped and put out. And I get that as well. So
Magic and Bill Murray are good to have around. McConaughey's worth 3 points every once in a while. Like he'll come in and give
on
you
the bench.
Yeah. So I'm taking McConaughey, and then my other pick, I'm doing. Are
you guys picking coaches? Is that not an important part of this?
It's an important part, dude. But I'm trying to. I had a strategy.
Bosco, I thought coaching mattered.
It does. Wait till you see with the state I've built, the arena I've built, the gear, the NBA legend. This guy has never had this in his life. Just wait till you plug this guy in.
Okay, I'm taking for my coach.
If Titus does this, I might drive to Chicago.
You took Indiana. Everything is fair now.
Oh, Alabama's available?
He's not. Ooh.
Is Bama still on the board? Yeah, we haven't taken anything Bama, have we?
Shocking.
No, you can do that.
Yeah, that's not who he wants. He's going to take it. I know who he's taking.
Let me figure out who Bosco's taking.
Lil Rain.
Let me figure out who Bosco's taking. Maybe
Lil Rain.
Who's Bosco taking?
You see it outside today? Little rain, little precipitation coming in. Never had it. Think about him in MSG, Bosco.
Why can't I figure
with
out?
Michael Jordan sitting courtside.
Who are you talking about?
In Indiana.
Why am I not picking this up? It's too early. My brain's not on. Write it down. Write it down.
I think he's way off.
How am I missing this?
That's what he's gonna
I think
say.
he's trying to go young.
Oh,
That's what he's gonna say. Just because he's
Sprinkle?
he's going to.
He's going Sprinkle?
He's going.
He's not going
He was.
Sprinkle.
He was.
You can't go
he
Danny
was.
Sprinkle.
So then he can text him and be like, Juicy, I
Juicy.
had Jay Wright available. I had Jim Count. I took you, Danny Sprinkle.
Yeah, that's true. That Bosco would do
You're
that.
my
Nah,
guy.
I'm not falling into that trap. I'm not taking Danny Sprinkle.
I know you're
Get
not.
the fuck out of here. That's why I didn't pick up on a Danny Sprinkle.
Nah, that's not it. You gotta go the complete opposite.
He's trying to get merch out of whatever pick he's saying. That's all
That's
I'm saying.
100% what he's doing. Let me think this through. I do need a coach. Kentucky's still on the board.
Is that true?
Kentucky's still on the board, fellas.
Yeah.
We haven't taken anything
That
Kentucky.
might help my uniform situation.
But do I want Adolph Rupp's racist ass? I don't think I do. I don't think I want the baggage with Adolph Rupp. I don't think I want.
Yeah, you might be tearing down statues
Yeah,
in a couple of years.
I don't think I want all that. I don't want to have to explain. I don't want to put out like notes, app apologies, like every so often and explain why Adolph Rupp's my coach. Let's see here. I'm trying to think of the other schools that we got that are still. Oh, Villanova's available. I'll take Jay Wright. Villanova's available.
Great pick.
Give me Jay Wright. Give me Jay fucking Wright. He's handsome as hell. I got to say, with Jay Wright, Matthew McConaughey on my bench, every woman in America is going to be cheering for my team. Women that are into my team means recruiting's going to be easier, which
With
means
the strippers.
the higher quality strippers for recruiting. This is all feeding into each other. I know what I'm doing. I got a hell of a program. We're going to be the hottest motherfuckers in all of college basketball.
You now have an identity in your program.
Yeah.
You're not a bunch of individuals.
Yes.
You're good looking.
Do you like hot chicks? So does my coach, and so does my main booster. We're just fucking nothing but hot chicks. That's what we do at this program.
And
we're bringing them in for you. We got free runs waiting in the dorm right now.
And you're going to send them to LA soon.
Yeah, we're going
I'm
to
actually
LA.
pissed that you get to sit on location now
Yeah, dude.
because we're already done.
Yeah. So I'm taking Jay Wright as my coach. Villanova's off the board. All right, so it's back to Bosco.
Bosco, yep.
Yeah, I think this category's thin. So I'll take the NBA legend. I got to go with Pittsnoggle.
Yeah.
Pittsnoggle. It's a good one.
That maybe we were not so good for a couple of years, but he was really good. It's Pittsnoggle. He's just the goddamn best.
Mm-hmm.
He's got obviously it's a great name, and we all identified at the moment he was on the scene. But like it's got the staying power where like you hear the name Pittsnoggle and you smile because you just like remember that West Virginia team and how fun he was. So yeah, that's it. That's a great. And he's a good dude, right? Isn't he like a principal now somewhere or something?
The teacher or something. Who was the fourth? They had 4 guys on that team that could shoot. You talk about the video games in 06 or 07. That's the team I was playing with. It was Gansey
and Pittsnoggle.
Beeline.
Oh yeah, Beeline's son was on the team.
And who was the fourth?
I have no idea. I don't remember.
I thought they had a 4th shooter.
2005 West Virginia. Basketball roster. 2005. It was 2005, right? No, it was 04.
It was 06 when they made the Elite.
It was 06. 2006 West Virginia. Yeah, 2005 they were not good.
Joe Alexander.
Mm.
He was on the team in 06?
That's the roster I have. Gansey.
Oh, he's a freshman. Yeah, freshman Joe Alexander. Yeah.
Gansey, Pittsnoggle. All right, so Beeline was on the team. Yeah. I don't know. They had a ton of guys on that team that could shoot. They were a lot of fun.
Yeah, Herber. I don't remember him. Yeah, they had dudes. Does that hold up though? Hold on, let me look at the stats. Like, cause like, was it? No, they could shoot. Yeah, Pittsnoggle shot 8 threes a game and shot 40%. Gansey was a 43% 3-point shooter, shooting 6 a game. Frank Young could shoot. Yeah, dude. Alex Ruhoff was a shooter on that team. Yeah, I was worried it didn't hold up. Sometimes that'll happen. You're like, you remember guys as being like awesome shooters, and that was under the context of like non-3-point era basketball, and then you go look at
it was before guys were pulling it.
Yeah, and they're like 30% 3-point shooters. But those guys were legit. Good pick, Kevin Pittsnoggle. Mm-hmm. He was awesome. Little weird that his name was Pitt, and that's like West Virginia's biggest rival. That always confused me as a kid. That West Virginia and Pitt were rivals.
He was destined to play,
but their
for
best
the
player
team.
was Pittsnoggle. But a rose by any other name is still a rose, as they say.
It's a good pick, Bosco.
Go ahead, Tate.
Bosco, I call that one a non-NBA player. That's a good pick. I don't know if
Yeah, I don't think he played a second.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
I am mad. Jay Wright. I was thinking Scotty Reynolds would be a good non-NBA player.
Oh
He
yeah,
just took Villanova.
good pick.
I
I think there's one. I think there's an obvious non-NBA player.
I'm picking my
pick.
favorite player, non-NBA wise, for that, but no one's gonna take him. All right. I got to go uniform. I am going to go. It's down to 2. I'm going to go with Georgetown's uniforms.
That's a good one. That's a
It's a good
great
pick.
one.
Thank you.
That's a
Allen
great one.
Iverson era. I was debating maybe Illinois still on the board too. I like Illinois.
Illinois got good uniforms too. Yeah. Georgetown had the Cincinnati thing that Rico was saying earlier, that like if you were coming of age of that time when Georgetown was really popping off, like they were so fucking cool and like wearing, like Georgetown had they reached the level where kids in school were just like wearing Georgetown stuff, and they had no ties to Georgetown. They couldn't even tell you where Georgetown was.
Yep.
They had no idea. They were just like the logo's cool, the colors are cool, the basketball team's cool, everything about Georgetown is cool.
The other one I was debating, I think I'm a little bit younger than you guys. You know who else was cool when I was going to school? Was Wake Forest.
Oh yeah,
Wake Forest has cool
That's a good one.
colors, and so I was.
The alternate letter,
Mhm.
the white letter, and the rest was gold.
Yep.
Chris
I
Paul
felt
was
like
going there.
for-
So.
Yeah, that was good.
Um,
You guys never would take it, but I think I'm preaching to the wrong choir. But you talk about like cultural impact. Michigan's Fab Five uniforms play.
I'm not playing.
Those
Those uniforms suck.
What uniforms? How do they play? The socks? They invented black socks?
Yeah,
How about
the
some shorts
baggy,
some shorts that
simple.
fit?
Yeah.
My
I don't
goodness.
know. It plays. I think it plays.
No.
They're to blame for the baggy short. It's their fault that like the late 2000s, every uniform had shorts down to your ankles. It's
Yeah,
the Fab Five's fault. They did that.
Those are the worst influential.
You know, like the
uniforms.
St. Bonaventure. You know what I'm talking about, Rico?
I'm
That
just
picture
talking
that-
about straight up colors. I know what you're talking about with that guy. He had those shorts.
the shorts
there.
down to his ankles.
I'm just talking straight up design, like simple Michigan. I don't know. It plays.
Yeah, you might be right, but I don't want to admit it.
Okay. I am going to go. I have non-NBA player, tradition, and scandal. I am going to take my guy just because I don't know if Titus will ever go there. I'm taking Aaron Kraft from Ohio State. He's my favorite player to ever play the game at any level.
I love Kraft, but Lynn Bias is giving him buckets.
Loose ball. Who's getting it?
ball.
There are some players out there that would fit in that category. Aaron Kraft's a fine pick there.
He's a fine pick
Yeah.
there. Now that
Hope you don't run into Dayton in the first round.
now that category is exhausted, I thought Jerry McNamara was an obvious.
He was on there.
I thought Jerry
Oh,
McNamara. I thought Jerry McNamara didn't play a second in the league, and I thought he was the obvious non-NBA guy.
He's a good one.
If you vetoed Lynn Bias, I was going Jerry McNamara.
Oh, were you? I thought I know he's more recent, but Mike Dahm is a name that everyone
Mike
knows.
Dahm,
He was
yeah.
pretty sick.
Yeah,
no
he
one
was
was going to
awesome.
take South Dakota State.
Yeah, Mike Dahm would have been a good one. That was a fun category to put together a list. But yeah, I put Lynn Bias at my top, and then I guess Hank Gathers maybe if we're going the tragedy route, which is not a fun route, but again, we're playing to win.
Those guys could play.
Yeah,
We should have done a whole team, just drafting teams of building rosters of players
of guys that never
made
played
the
in the NBA. Yeah. All right, so now who's up? Bosco?
I'm up again.
Oh, you're up
no,
again.
no. Did I take? I took Georgetown.
You took
Sorry,
Georgetown.
sorry.
Yeah,
I was
okay.
trying to sneak a pick.
I'm still gonna wait on the coach. I'm still gonna wait on the NIL, but I'll take the scandal. You know, you want a little like clouds around your program. There's one I think is the 1-1 scandal, but I think it's super lame. It admits your program is like lame, so I'm not gonna take that. I'm gonna take the UNLV guys in the hot tub.
Oh yeah, yes.
Now, you know, I'm gonna take. We don't support that. We don't support them like being in on things. But there's a lot of like smoke and fire there. They're sitting with a was it a bookmaker? Who was the guy they were sitting with?
I believe so. Yeah, I thought it was a
Or like
bookmaker,
a
but it's
Vegas
been-
mob
I gotta-
guy or whatever. Like, but you're sitting in a hot tub with mob guys
Yeah.
before a championship game.
Let me-
Those are some dudes.
Let me-
So I'll take that.
Let me pull up the stories we had. Yeah, there's the famous picture where they're all like looking back at the camera. You know, they're in the hot tub.
Yep. I also think Vegas is a sneaky underrated location. Now that we're talking about it.
let's think about. Let me see here. Where's the? Oh, I'm gonna pay for that article. Convicted sports fixer Richard Perry in a hot tub playing basketball. Yeah, Perry's Las Vegas. Yeah, basketball players chilling in a hot tub. It's an iconic picture. If that happened today, the Barstool store would have that picture on a T-shirt
Pay our
like
salaries.
within 30 seconds. Yeah.
Plus, it's so mainstream, people would lose their minds.
Yeah. And UNLV scandals, like they just like pop off a little differently because it's
hits different.
Like UNLV could do anything. The Tarkanian era of UNLV basketball, they can do anything, and I think history will look back on it fondly because it was Sin City. You're going up against the NCAA, which is like the corrupt, like fucking holier than thou organization. And it just like they I think history will look back on Tarkanian and UNLV as like the chosen ones that like they were actually fighting the good fight the whole time. So like any scandal involving UNLV is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Good pick.
So actually, the photo, just to clarify, the photo was taken in '89, but it published like 2 months before the championship game.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So which made it, or 2 months after the championship game.
It was literally just one picture. Like it was. I mean, we all knew what was going on, but it was still just like it was like a picture of basketball players with a guy who,
right. The photo was taken in '89, but was published May 26, 1991. So now people had just forgot. Oh, that's a good story. How did Duke win? And now they see this photo, and it's like, something.
Yeah.
So, and again, there's not much. The photo was taken in '89. They did win a title, so you could say, why would they want to do that? But there's, I think I should have doubled up and taken Vegas as my location as well. I think Vegas is underrated for a college basketball program now. You imagine if you could transport MSG.
He still has one. You're selling him.
And put it in Vegas.
You could take it now, can't you?
I took Indy.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you did that to me. I blocked it out.
Let him have Vegas.
Vegas as a – hold on. Let me think about that. Vegas as a – so you think if –
you don't want your program in Vegas.
You don't want your program. That's a lot of distractions, Rico.
It only works with what I have. You have MJ as your legend. You have Bill Murray coming out there. Maybe he's doing stand-up. You got crazy box uniforms that you look like you're back in the 2000s. You're transported. You got the under 8 timeout. You got all the nostalgia of Indiana. You got Pittsnoggle, who made some big shots. And now you can you also have the scandal of Vegas there as well. But now you're transporting MSG out to Vegas.
All right. I mean, like, I think there's too many distractions.
Mm-hmm.
I think
you don't want
too many distractions. I think it pops for recruiting, but then for winning, that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a no-brainer location that you're missing.
It's Indiana.
Yeah, I think there's another one though too. But that's what I was going to take. I mean, you could take it or not. I think it's North Carolina.
Yeah, well, obviously. I mean, they got all the
area of North Carolina. You can put yourself anywhere in that state. Then you have all those rivalries. Everybody cares about it. If second to none, Indiana cares most about basketball. North Carolina cares the second most.
Well, is it my pick?
Yeah, you have 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
These are your last 2.
This is a time-honored tradition at Barstool is like not understanding how snake drafts work. Every show, everybody in this company with every snake draft that's ever happened in this company, we get lost in the snake draft.
Or do you have 3 left?
I have 3 left, so I get 2, and then I get the very last pick, I guess. North Carolina. So I'm thinking through location. It's like Bosco's point of Vegas has the glitz and the glamour, and like that's how you get eyeballs on your program. That's how you get like the casual fan to pay attention. That's how you get like the people that flew Frontier Airlines in from Des Moines and are visiting for the weekend and lost all their money on the slots and like need something to do for a $20 ticket. Maybe they can pop over to this MSG, which is somehow in Vegas, and watch the local college boys. Like you have like more of a national appeal if you're in Vegas. I just don't think you're winning ball games. I think it's too much distraction. But then like Indiana, North Carolina, you have the local fans give a fuck. Mm-hmm. You have pipelines certainly in Indiana. Carolina pumps out good players too from the high school level. I don't know. I think LA has it all though. I think LA has the local. They don't quite have the fan interest though, and that bothers me. So I'm trying to figure out like where in California is it? San Diego? Is it San Diego State? Do you get the
What do you base? Are you wanting like the easiest lifestyle, like
I
weather
want it all.
wise?
I want to use something in recruiting where I want my recruiting pitch. I bring recruits on campus, and we have the strippers,
Mm-hmm.
we have Matthew McConaughey, we have charming ass Jay Wright doing the recruiting, and I want him to just go like he's already figured it out on the phone. We've already got the recruits like ready to commit. You bring them on campus and you just step back and cross your arms and you let them look at everything and just go, all right, I'm committing here. Like immediately. It's a snap of a finger. I have to commit.
If that's what you want, you have Matthew McConaughey greet him off the plane in Vegas, take him to the hotel where the strippers are.
In Vegas,
and the Walton family says, everything's on me this weekend.
But I know. No shit. The Walton family, I know. But I'm worried about the distractions of Vegas. I think I want to go L.A. Bosco brings up a good point about Carolina. But then, like, part of me is like, do you go – like, there's a reason that these college basketball programs in Lexington and Lawrence and Durham, like in Chapel Hill, like these aren't like shitholes, but they're not – no one's planning a vacation. There's not a family in America that's like, I want to go on vacation. Let me go to Lexington, Kentucky.
No, you go there for the basketball game.
Hand up. I went on Christmas. My Christmas present last year was Omaha and Manhattan, Kansas. No lie. My wife's like, what do you want to do? I was like, well, this is double header. And then I was really upset. I'm explaining to her. I'm like, you know what sucks is Wichita is in the wrong direction. We actually could have got 3 games.
All right.
She's like, just go. Please go away. And like,
Bosco's built different. There aren't 2 families in America, we'll say then. So all right, I've drawn it out long enough. I got to make a pick. I have to go LA. It fits the vibe of what I got going on. I have strippers. I have McConaughey. I have Jay Wright. I got Lynn Bias. I think everything about my team is Showtime. We are an LA team.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got to go LA. I think I got to go Los Angeles as my location. Southern California, however you want to say it, because San Diego would be nice too.
Titus is going home.
I'm gonna get killed for this.
I'm
gonna get this graphic. Having Bosco with Indiana and me with LA is going. Oh my God! I'm gonna have to do some explaining with that one. And then Arena NBA Legend. Is NBA Legend gonna be my last pick, or should I?
I think there are 3 NBA Legends left that would be great picks.
I think there's an outside the box NBA Legend that I should maybe have looked at taking.
Two from the same school.
Okay, MJ, Magic, Bird, all gone. Kareem's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Wilt is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me go back to the school. Let me see the working sheet here. Kentucky's still available. I could take Kentucky players. Does Kentucky have like the one singular legend though?
Yeah, this is who you want sitting courtside of your game, like the ambassador of your program.
Kentucky has a bunch of like really, 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 really good players. They don't have an MJ.
Mm-mm.
Kentucky has no MJ. I'm overthinking it, but it got put in my head. Was it you, Tate, that mentioned Wake Forest?
I did
earlier. I think I might do Tim Duncan. I think Tim Duncan as my NBA legend might be, because Tim Duncan was an all-time college basketball player as well. All-time, like one of the greatest players at every level of basketball that's ever lived. He just doesn't. He's not LA. He's not LA.
Do you want help? Do you want someone?
LA.
You're missing the most obvious one, and he is LA. There's 2 people that are LA that I would want sitting courtside. Come on, Titus.
All right, hang on. I gotta pivot. This is bad.
Think LA.
This is bad. Is it Shaq? Is it Shaq? It's Shaq.
That's the answer.
It's Shaq. Shaq's the answer.
In LA.
It's Shaq in LA.
Welcome to my city.
It's Shaq.
There you go.
It's Shaq.
I was wondering if you would have allowed LeBron.
For Ohio State. Ohio State's off the board, though, Rico. He took Aaron
And
Craft.
he's also not Ohio State.
Well, dude, he's an NBA legend. He's an NBA legend who's supporting your program. Like everything.
That can be celebrity fan. Right, he's not an NBA legend from Ohio State.
Yeah, but Ohio State's off.
I think he might work as a celebrity fan.
I agree.
Okay.
The thing about LeBron, though, you could have pivoted. Ohio State is off the board. Duke is off the board. Akron is still available. Miami is still available. USC was still available.
I had Steph. as an NBA legend as well.
To choose Davidson?
Yeah, no. It's just he's the guy coming back to your program.
Oh. Titus, that was a great switch. Tim Duncan would be
Tim Duncan would have been
an outlier when I've got Larry and he's got Mike.
You put Wake Forest in my brain though, and the second you said Wake Forest, I typed in Tim Duncan as an NBA legend, and then I just couldn't get it out of my brain, and then I forgot Shaq was available. Shaq
fits with the rest of your team.
Yeah, I like my squad.
Mm-hmm.
I like my squad. Bosco, you're up. I think you got NIL and coach left.
Yeah, I'm going to wait on the coach to take it last just to prove to you guys. But I'm going to take this guy who you probably didn't hear of. I'm going to take Adam Weitzman as my NIL guy, who was so controversial that they threw him out of Syracuse. So the Syracuse chancellor did not like – so his quote was, from what I understand, hearing it from sources at the university, he did not like the high-profile nature of celebrities coming to games and the way I was going about NIL and discussing it with the media, Weitzman told Syracuse.com. So this guy has a boatload of money, has celebrity friends that he wants to bring to games, and he's already controversial enough that Syracuse threw him out. Welcome to my program, buddy. You can sell whatever you want.
He's too good at his job. He's too good at being a booster.
Something's up.
Yeah.
Something's up. He's got a boatload of money. He was the guy who brought Brady to the Dome. He cares about – he just wants to spend money. So you got an untapped wallet. I'll take Adam Weitzman.
But are you worried that this is a case of you seeing some crazy chick and saying I can fix her? You're doing that. There's a reason that Syracuse said we don't want this guy. And
there's a reason Syracuse is on the bubble for the last 15 years. Maybe that's the problem.
And that ties back to your tradition of watching Selection Sunday to see if your team makes it.
Hey, listen, I was trying to get. That means my team's in the tournament. I got a guy who wants to spend money. I got good fans. I got good program. I'm ready to go. And then wait till you see the coach. You idiots left this guy available for the entire
I can't wait to see who this is.
It's gonna be a guy that the coach he's going to name is younger than 40 years old and is
incorrect.
Is not coaching a power.
I'm making one other prediction.
Incorrect.
Wait, this isn't still on the board, is he? Did we?
He's out.
He's out.
He's out because he
okay.
told, yeah.
That was my other hunch.
Tate just asked if it's your pick. You can talk out loud.
No, I don't want to ruin his moment.
You
know what I mean?
Oh, I see. Because you already have your coach.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm just predicting.
I thought you were asking if
pick.
it's available for you to take.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
No, he's not going to pick him.
I'm just trying to hear what he said. He's like, this guy's never had the Indiana feel. He's never had
never. It's very obvious if you figure it out, but we'll get to it.
I don't want to figure it out. I don't like being surprised.
Yeah. All right. Nope, I've changed my pick already. No? All right. I'm ready. I have 2 left and I'm done. All right, I'm going to go scandal first. I don't love the thing is this. When I want to start my program, I want my players to do absolutely nothing. I don't want them to do any work. I don't want them to do. So obviously UNC is the best academic fraud. I'm going to go with the Minnesota Final Four team that the team manager was doing their essays, wrote over 400 essays for them, lost their Final Four. That's my one.
Yeah. The Bobby Jackson Minnesota team lost it was 97, right? The 97 Final Four. I
didn't know Minnesota ever made a Final Four.
Yeah. They didn't off the books.
They technically didn't. Yeah. This was the Carolina scandal before the Carolina scandal, and except it was more direct. It was just like Carolina was like, we're gonna have the professors, we're gonna bring in outside students to take the same classes as the basketball player. Carolina did it better, is what I'm saying.
Correct.
It's more elaborate.
Yep.
Minnesota's was more to the point. They were just like, the manager's gonna take your test.
400 essays.
Just take your test.
Go do it.
I think Syracuse did that too, right? Didn't the Fab Melo Syracuse? Was it Fab Melo got suspended for a while?
Yeah, he did.
I think that was the same thing. I think someone was taking tests for him. It's a great. It's
what I want at my program.
Yeah, and it's something that's going on in college basketball forever, and it's a very easy scandal to sell to the public. It's like these boys are here to play ball. These boys are here.
Yeah, I was
thinking
thinking
about the test.
Obviously, there's point shaving scandals all over the place. I don't want that associated with my program.
Yeah,
but I do.
I had the one I thought was lame was the big one when it broke. It felt like it broke the internet. Was the BYU sex scandal?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a good pick.
That's
That's
good.
lame. Like I didn't want.
No,
I don't
that's
want
a
my
great-
program.
Hold on. Let's think about this because it's a good. You want the people to be like, our guys are fucking.
Our
That's
players
good.
fuck.
But they're not allowed to.
But they're not allowed to. You don't want your program to be the program that's like,
Wow.
we punish our players for having sex.
Double-edged sword.
Like, listen, nobody was rushing to take BYU and Utah as their locations. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that's relevant
Right.
was that thing. So that's why I'm not knocking anything out of the board. And it's a lame.
Damn. That was
thing.
a great scandal.
Was a great. I think it's 1-1.
It really is. But you're right. If you're
Well,
building
that
a
or
program.
NYU and the point shaving and all that stuff.
Yeah, I like point
Headache
shaving.
Smith.
Point shaving scandals are fun, but I wouldn't want it'll sink your program.
Right.
You'll
Yeah.
never
That's
you'll
what's
never
tough
recover.
is the BYU and like Boston, all these things would sink your program.
Yeah.
You don't want to associate that as you build one.
You have to have enough of a scandal where like nothing really happens. That's why I took UNLV.
Yeah.
Last pick.
This is you?
Yep.
Go ahead.
I have my tradition
Close it
left. I'm torn. I think the obvious one, this would be playing to the crowd. I don't want to do that. Like the St. Joe's hawk flapping. I don't love it, but like that's a known tradition. Sister Jean is still on the board.
What's Sister Jean tradition? What does that mean?
Just
Being old.
Just existing?
yeah, of being alive.
Just waking up.
Think about Sister Jean being John Wooden coaching Sister Jean on the bench, and then Aaron Kraft just diving around. Titus, you're gonna know what this is. I'm assuming Bosco does too, but I've like grown up with it a little bit. I think it's the coolest thing, and that's when you go to a school that is known for absolutely nothing, and they have this big grand tradition. I'm taking the Silent Night game for Taylor University.
Hold on.
How is that not college
on.
basketball?
Fuck. It's a great pick.
It's a good pick, yeah. Not Division I, but I'll allow it.
Oh, I didn't know this was a Division I draft.
That's true. It is we just say college draft. Build the perfect college. This is elitist of me to have that initial reaction.
Not all of us got to
I
go
apologize.
D1, Titus.
Yeah, that's true.
Good pick.
I apologize. It's a good pick.
So I'm just picturing think about the Silent Night tradition at Cameron Indoor. That's what I have right now.
Yep.
These people camp out. They probably don't talk all week for this, for
Mm-hmm.
Silent Night. And then they get their 10th point. Boom.
Silent Night tradition is that hold on. Hold on, let me think about it.
And they donate some things. I think they donate toys to the place too.
Isn't Silent Night tradition Coach K's last game? Wait, that's not a tradition. Hold on. Hold on. Silent Night tradition. What is that? The Silent Night tradition at Cameron Indoor is John Shire crossing his arms and looking confused as his team gives up a 10-0 run and doesn't know what to say to him to inspire him.
We're not
What about
making a
that? Is that a
mockery of
good
this.
one?
We're not making a mockery of this.
Silent Night's a good one.
Fuck,
Thank you.
I'll go back to the drawing board. I'll find it somewhere. Silent Night's good.
Thank you.
My problem with Silent Night is not as the pick, but like every time you see a Silent Night video, you're like, I should go experience that. One, the arena holds like 30 people, so like an outsider, it's like hard to get in there. The other thing is it's like a Christmas
Networking.
Yeah, you'd have to
Bosco will
pull
find
some
a way.
strings because you're not running in with
Right.
everyone 3 hours before the
I'm
game.
sure Bosco has connections. It's Taylor, Indiana. It's a small school in Indiana. And
Get us to the Silent Night game, Bosco.
I don't know who I could even reach out to.
I might need you guys to get it approved. I might need Mark to ask.
Bosco-
I'll bring a +2.
Bosco's the Indiana guy, though. Bosco can get us in. He's got the Indiana region. He's got the.
I don't get approved for a lot of travel. I might need it. I need it as a group show, so I'm in if you're in.
But the problem is it's a Christmas thing. But by the time it's on your radar and you're like, oh yeah, the Silent Night thing, should I plan to go to that? It's already happened. Because they always do it like the last game
Yeah,
before
you see when it's coming. Yeah.
semester, and it's always like December 12th or something, or December
it was
like
December
7th.
13th this past
10th
year.
Right.
13th. Yep.
And I don't think about it until like December 9th. Then it's on my radar, and then by then it's like shit, we don't have enough time. And I always think it's going to be like December 21st is going to be when it takes place, and it's not. So
We'll check in on Taylor University.
but we're closer now. Taylor's in northern Indiana, so we'll be able to pop over.
How far is that drive?
I'll get that for you.
Well, you switch time zones, Rico, so there's no way of knowing. Like we're in central time zone. We got to cross into the eastern time zone.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know how to do that math.
Yeah.
Yeah,
3.5.
Taylor's eastern.
3.5.
3.5. All right, that's doable.
Bosco's last pick. He's got Coach waiting for us. The big surprise.
All right.
The big reveal.
So you got a place where you're wearing cool uniforms. You're playing in MSG. Michael Jordan and Bill Murray sitting courtside. This guy coached guys like Kevin Pittsnoggle to Elite Eights. You got Adam Weitzman spending money through the fucking roof. You got an under 8 timeout. You're located in Indiana where people care, and you have a scandal with UNLV. What if I told you this guy won 70% of his games all time? What if I told you he was 19-12 in the NCAA tournament, made a Final Four, won the conference 8 times, and won the tournament 3 different times?
Mm-hmm.
He's never, ever, ever had anything like this around him. You put this guy in there, you're winning multiple national titles. It's Rick Majerus.
It's a good pick. Rick Majerus.
Rick Majerus won 70% of his games at Marquette, Ball State, Utah, and St. Louis. He cried because he wanted to go. He finally was going to get a big-time job, and his mother was going to die.
Yeah.
So he couldn't get USC. He took the job and gave it back. Rick Majerus wins basketball games. You give me one guy in one game, I'm taking Rick Majerus.
Well, unless it's like, against Kentucky in the
Right.
NCAA tournament when he's at Utah, then he's losing that game. So
But he beat Carolina to get there.
Yeah,
He ran out of guys.
It's a good pick.
But I love Rick Majerus. The lore of Rick Majerus is a treasure trove. Anybody that's like anybody that doesn't know anything about Rick Majerus that's watching or listening, just go Google Rick Majerus and click on every link you can find and read everything about the guy. He once shit in a towel and handed it to a manager. That's a story. That's a Rick Majerus story. As Rico said,
he lived in a hotel.
He lived in a hotel. The guy
Seth Davis, he goes, he's like, you want something? You want bagels? He just strips naked. He used to swim laps in the pool. But he won basketball games.
He was unbelievable.
Won above all the craziness. Rick Majerus won basketball games. There's guys like Tark who they do the towel and whatever, and Tark won a title. But Majerus wins basketball games. Like, give me Majerus.
It's a great pick. It's a great pick, and it's a great Bosco pick too. He's flexing his knowledge a little bit.
Yeah, he is.
This is
one of my favorite books.
Yeah,
love Majerus.
I do love rolling into these matchups against your schools with John Wooden against Rick Majerus and Jay Wright. But that's all I have to say. Jay Wright's a good pick.
John Wooden won games when there was 9 teams in the whole.
About the rings, Bosco.
How many rings did John Wooden win where he had to play games outside of Southern California?
How many rings did John Wooden win? That's all I heard.
Unbelievable. All right, so I'm it. This is the last pick. I have arena left. There are 2 that come to mind. There were only 4 arenas that I would have been satisfied with putting on my list, putting on a graphic. They are Allen Fieldhouse, Assembly Hall, Hinkle Fieldhouse, and Mackey Arena. Those are the 4, in my opinion, the 4 best arenas in college basketball. I wanted one of those 4 on my list. Allen Fieldhouse and Assembly Hall are off. Cameron Indoor is good too. Cameron Indoor would be number 5. All those are off. I have Mackey Arena and Hinkle Fieldhouse to choose from. I think Hinkle is more historic. Hinkle is where Hoosiers was shot. Hinkle is like very unique. Like you walk into Hinkle Fieldhouse and Hinkle Fieldhouse has a similar feeling. Allen Fieldhouse, I feel more strongly about Allen Fieldhouse this way, but Hinkle's right there with it where the moment you walk into the place, you feel like basketball was like born here. You feel like it was just like popped up out of center court. Like that there's going to be a plaque at center court that's like once upon a time a basketball just emerged from the earth, and that's where the sport started. That's what I feel when I walk into Allen Fieldhouse. That's what I feel when I walk into Hinkle Fieldhouse. Having said all of that, I am on record throughout my life as saying Mackey Arena is a perfect college basketball arena. I stand by it. My feelings towards Purdue aside, I have a bittersweet relationship with Purdue. The university, the fans, all of it. I love like half of the aspects of Purdue, and I hate the other half. There's nothing I'm lukewarm on about Purdue. One of the things I love is Mackey Arena. I think it is a perfect college basketball arena. I think it is a perfect size. I don't think there's a bad seat in the house. I think the place gets loud as fuck. I think it has everything you want out of arena, but it is still unique where it doesn't feel like any other arena you've ever been into. Mm-hmm. And also on top of all of that, you can park right next to the parking's easy to find. The bathrooms are great. I've said this for years. The Mackey bathrooms, spacious. You got to piss. There's a timeout there's an under 12 timeout in the first half. You got to piss. Everyone's rushing to the bathroom at the same time. You get in, you get out, you're back. Urinals are fine. A lot of space. I don't know. I love Mackey Arena. Every time I go there, I say I wish every college basketball arena was like this. It's a perfect. It has history, but it also has the amenities you need. Mm-hmm. It's loud as fuck. And like I said, if you buy the worst seat in the house, you still have a decent view, and you'll walk away and you'll say, I had a great time at Mackey Arena. It's a perfect arena.
The most passionate I've ever heard you talk about anything.
Yeah.
It's a damn shame that you're sending this all the way out to Los Angeles.
I got Mackey Arena in LA. So if you're playing me,
home away from home.
You have John Wooden as your coach, who went to Purdue and is an LA guy. he's gonna be confused, Tate. He's gonna think he's coaching the wrong team, and he's an old guy. So John Wooden has been old his entire life. He was old his entire life.
And
we've seen old guys in power be confused before.
That's why we invited Bosco
there we go.
on.
That's why we brought Bosco on. All right, to recap, my team, my list. I had Coach Jay Wright, uniform Arizona, specifically with the cats down the shorts. My arena was Mackey Arena. My NBA legend is Shaq. My non-NBA player was Lynn Bias. My booster is the Walton family. My tradition is Rock Chalk. I'm in Los Angeles. Matthew McConaughey's my celebrity fan, and my scandal is we bring strippers into the dorms like the Louisville program did. Tate, you had John Wooden as your coach, the Georgetown uniforms, Cameron Indoor Stadium, Larry Bird is your legend, Aaron Kraft is your cult hero non-NBA player, Phil Knight is your booster, Silent Night is your tradition. Ooh, Night. I didn't think about that. New York City is your location, Magic Johnson's your celebrity fan, and your scandal is Minnesota 97 taking tests for the players.
Yep.
The manager's taking tests for players. Bosco is Rick Majerus at coach. Cincinnati uniforms, the Kenyon Martin era Cincinnati uniforms. Madison Square Garden Arena. Michael Jordan, NBA legend. That's a pretty good one. Non-NBA player is Kevin Pittsnoggle. Weitzman is your NIL booster. The under 8 timeout is your tradition. The under 8 at IU, the flag show. Your location is Indiana. Your celebrity fan is Bill Murray, and your scandal is the UNLV hot tub from the 80s, early 90s. I think we killed it. I think as a team, we killed this.
Good draft.
I think I'm curious to see what the people thought.
What did TJ think?
Exciting. I can't wait to see how this looks on a graphic.
What's the game plan here? Are we uploading faces on the original graphic, or are we uploading?
This is important to you to win this, huh?
You know
it
how
went so poorly for you. The one draft you did with Chicago was horrendous.
Bosco,
it was horrendous.
I spent so much time on my Chicago draft, and I thought it was great, and then I got left off the graphic.
Yeah.
What was the topic?
Nice gestures.
Oh yeah.
And he picked changing your Instagram to a black square or something.
Let me tell you this. People forget that Titus gave me that one.
I did.
I wanted Jesus dying for my sins.
I did.
He said, "Oh, I got a good one for you."
Yeah. I don't know. How do you want to do it? You want to we'll put it out blindly.
Either way,
yeah, put it
I
out
like
without,
the exercise
without pictures. Yeah.
There's got to be a winner.
Yeah, we can let people vote on it. But the thing is, nobody's gonna know that we. Yeah. Nobody's gonna know our little wrinkle. It made it more fun. It definitely made it more fun.
We just put a disclaimer at the bottom.
Without the wrinkle, we all would have just picked blue blood shit. You know. So this made it a little more interesting, right? Would you agree with that, Dave?
It was a great rule. It was. Yeah. It would have been the Duke, North Carolina, UCLA, Kansas.
Right. That's all we would have done. Is just drafted the same schools over and over. All right, we'll put it out blindly and do a poll and see who won. This was good. This was prime off-season content, though. Thank you to everybody who watched and listened. Thank you to Bosco. You coming to? Are we doing a Little League show this year? It's coming up, dude.
Yeah, I got a scoop. I gotta fucking find it. Team in Michigan was thrown out.
Oh shit!
Before or after they made the regional?
I think they made the state.
Okay.
There's a lot of updates in the Facebook. Titus, did you join the Facebook group?
I don't have Facebook, dude. I don't know how to join the Facebook group.
Bosco, your guy.
But I will say, if there's one thing.
Taylor North disqualified for an ineligible player. Little League says player moved, changed address into Taylor North boundary solely for tournament play. Breaking news out of the Michigan State tournament. The favorite, Taylor North, has been disqualified.
Wow.
The semifinals will not be played today.
Oh.
Bay City Southwest advances instead after they lost yesterday. Wow, this is a great scoop. Dude, you might have to get Facebook just to get it.
Bosco got me in the group, and now I'm DMing.
You're in the group?
Yeah, I've got a group within the group now.
Are you a Little League guy?
100%. Now I've got a Little League Ohio chat. Shout out Hamilton,
dude.
West Side's coming out of Ohio this year. I think they won their first 2 in the state tournament. There's some good teams there this year, but I'm told
you know Max, pardon my take, Max.
Mm-hmm.
He almost played in the Little League World Series. I found this out right before we did the Dinger stream with Jersey Jerry. That Max was like, he played in the game. He played in the regional final. If his team won, he would have played in the Little League World Series.
On ESPN, there's a clip of him saying, "I'm Max Talente. My favorite player, Shane Victorino."
We got to get him on the Little League show.
Regional. What did he make? The regional?
Final.
The regional final. He was 1 game away. Yeah.
Oh man.
TJ, do you know how that game went?
For him?
No, just in general. Like, was it close? Was it?
I'm not sure. We'll have to talk to him about it.
No, I think I emptied the bank on like everything Little League last year.
Yeah, you kind of did, but I want it to be a tradition. I think it's funny. I think it's funny that like my show, I talk about basketball year round, and then I just like pivot one day in August. It's just like we're gonna spend 2 hours talking about Little League baseball.
We'll go
the best.
We'll go Olympics.
I want to grow the show. I want Tate involved. I want Max. I want to like my dream is like in 5 years we have like 12 guys in here and we're doing a powwow every August talking about.
It's hard to get credentialed.
Let's let the Olympics play their game.
Connor Griffin called a game. We get him in here. He called a Little League game on the radio in Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, we should. I want to go. I'd love to go.
Yeah.
Just do like the hard, like, I don't know. You wouldn't really have access to the kids, but you would ask the parents questions. You could do like man on the street, hot dog review. There's a lot of things we could do out there. Ride the hill.
Yeah.
We could go see the famous pool that after crushing losses, miraculously crushes. It fixes tough losses in the pool and the ping pong table. We could steal a ping pong ball as a keepsake. We could do everything.
Rico's coaching these kids. They're not getting in the pool if they lose. They don't get. There's no pool time if you lose.
I also would love to do a Zach Campbell thing where like you try to catch all the home runs from the little kids.
Steal them from the kids.
Dude, that's great content. We send like 10 guys in their 20s and 30s
to just catch as many foul balls and home runs as they can in Williamsport.
And we see who can come home with the most balls.
Just kid running down the hill and you just get buried from the back. Reach over his head.
Thank you, Bosco. Appreciate it. This was fun. We'll have you. We'll do the Little League show in a little bit, but
you should do a preseason preview too. Bama's loaded.
Bama is loaded. I got you guys number 2.
They're 13 deep.
I got you number 2.
All right, so you made the list. So I'm keeping a list of people who don't put them number 1.
Why? Number 2
you can
is
have
good.
Kansas.
You
want to
be number 2. Kansas should be 1.
Kansas is 1.
You know Kansas should be 1.
Bama being 2 is not an insult.
You know how this works, Rico. It's like a legacy thing. You got Bill Self. He's done it before. You got the prestige of the program. You got names that everybody recognizes. Kansas has to be 1. It's good for the sport if Kansas is 1. That doesn't mean they're going to be 1 at the end of the season, but
I haven't been to San Antonio, so I'm going to start scouting San Antonio. I know you're excited about San Antonio, right?
I love San Antonio as a Final Four city. Yeah, it'll be
supposed to be good.
Yeah, it's a great Final Four city.
You just can't eat whatever the hell you ate last year.
Wings, yeah, chicken wings. That's my kryptonite.
Night.
I get a bellyache, and then my tummy.
He was
hurts.
out. He was on the DL the whole.
And the
whole
worst
weekend.
part was, Tate. We were in Phoenix, and my mom was thousands of miles away, so she couldn't even tuck me in, which is usually what happens when I get a tummy ache. That's the cure. Is like my mom tucks me in and pats me on the head and says, "You're a good boy."
Oh
and,
boy.
Yeah.
And I didn't have her there, so I was down for the count.
We had a good Friday happy hour right before that.
We did. We had a good time, and then, dude, I got so cocky. I ate 1,000 wings.
Yeah.
I ate 1,000. I set a record.
So chicken wings gets you. Aren't you in a chicken wing group?
Yeah, that's what the group was.
That's the problem.
The group is the Final Four. They go out and they call me a pussy, and then I get peer pressured into eating too many wings, and then I get heartburn, and I get diarrhea, and then
you actually did.
I think I got food poisoning. I didn't get.
Yeah.
I swear.
He's also like a middleweight. He's a middleweight.
I'm a middleweight. Yeah.
Fighting in a ultra.
Oh yeah. There's some big
wing
eaters around.
In my defense, I'll say this: as the case race has shown, as
That's true.
Some big humans.
As any drinking event that goes on at Barstool shows, I will give it my all. I will feel like shit the next morning. But what happened this time was we went out to eat wings. I got Stanford Steve and Big Cat call me pussy every time I pick up a wing. I was like, I'm gonna give it my all. So I put my body on the line.
This was the equivalent of you drinking 21 beers in the case race, except they're like, do another hot wing.
I did eat It wasn't like I had like one bite of I fucking housed the wings, but then I kind of undermined my entire position when the next morning I was like, I think I'm gonna die because I ate too many wings.
You missed the national championship, didn't you?
I missed the Final Four.
I
made the national championship. I watched it from a hotel bed, throwing up and shitting.
That's terrible.
I was poisoned. I had food poisoning. Bosco poisoned me.
Some at that dinner.
Some are saying.
I wasn't at that dinner.
Yeah, he wasn't at the dinner. That's true. I can't even blame it on Bosco. Yeah, that was the worst part. The second I woke up, I was like, "This was Bosco," and I was like, "No, it couldn't have been.
It can't be.
It couldn't have been."
You're talking about a scandal. That one would have ran through the page.
Bosco, if you would have taken the chicken wing scandal.
All right, Rico, appreciate it, man. Thanks for doing this.
All right, take it easy,
Bosco.
guys.
See you, dude. Thanks to everybody watching. Have a good weekend, everybody. We'll see you.